Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how's everyone doing today? This is a game that I played a long time ago. It's been about 10 years and I really loved, and it came up on Steam. And I'm just going to see if it still holds up. I've been playing it a little bit, and so far it does. So I decided I'd bring you guys along for the ride. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my loaded game here. This is my character, save PDT. And we are, if I remember correct, on our ship. We just got through the first area and got off of Paragus. And now we're going to see where to go from there. We've had quite a few things happen. It starts off with a little tutorial thing that you can skip. I chose not to skip it. And your little robot, little droid on your ship's been attacked. That guy down there, actually. And he takes you into Paragus, and that kind of teaches you the controls and how to play a little bit. And that's the tutorial portion of it. Once you get that done, you get on Paragus, which is a mining facility, and you're passed out. You get there, there's a lot of stuff going on. The Sith Lord shows up, tries to take you with all his other Sith. You meet some new people, get some friends. You got Kreia here, I guess is her name. And she actually went to fight the Sith Lord, said that she could handle it, and came back without a hand. So I'm not so sure she could handle it. But anyway, she's here meditating. She's in a lot of pain. I need to talk to her. And then you pick up another guy who happens to be captaining our ship right now. And I'm still getting to know the ship here a little bit. I don't know where everything is. Here we are. Aton or Aton or something like that. Anyway, he's our pilot. And so far it's been pretty cool. This is my character. This is my Jedi. Apparently she hasn't been a Jedi for 10 years. She was exiled by the Jedi Council. But the Jedi Council is gone. There's no one left. She's the last Jedi. So we're going to see what we can do about that. And so that's where we are. So we're going to look around here and get to know our ship a little bit. Well, there is a damaged HK unit, which makes me kind of wary because we had an HK unit who was pretending to be a protocol droid who was supposedly helping us out on Paragus, but as it turns out, he was a bounty hunter because there's a bounty on the Jedi right now, and we ended up having to destroy him. So let's see if maybe we can save this guy. This looks like the remains of an HK unit, but older and more corroded than the one you encountered on Paragus. Its power core still carries a charge, but a number of critical parts seem to be missing. Looks like we're going to be on a part hunt. Alright, what should we do? Repair or diagnose the droid or step away? Let's see if we can repair this guy. Well, it's not letting me choose that, so we're going to step away. It looks as if the droid is missing 4 critical components. Its droid processor, replacement droid chassis, the control cluster that supports to be stored in the chassis, and its vocabulator. Alright. Well, it looks like I have a vocabulator. And again, take the vocabulator and insert it in the core. It won't let me do anything about it. Alright, step away. Success. Wait a second, that's weird. Okay, you have installed the droid's vocabulator, so I guess it allowed me to do it. Now I need to go find the other 3 parts because I don't have them. So we're gonna, what is going on? Okay, there we go. Journal entry added, items lost. It looks like my mouse is a little bit off. Everything's pointing just below a little bit. Wonder what that's all about. Anyway, journal entry. Rebuild HK-47 bonus mission. Alright, so we need to find the other stuff. And let's flip around here. My current mission is talk to Kreia, whatever her name is. But I want to get to know my ship better. Let's talk to T3 here. Could you please stop moving around the ship? It's hard to find you. So you have a lot of different options when you're talking to your people. And it can influence them for good or bad, apparently. You aren't really a Jedi because you were exiled by the Jedi Council. You know how to access the Force, but whether you become a Jedi or a Sith, I guess, is up to you from what I read or understand or remember from 10 years ago. Let's see. I don't think I have enough know-how to repair. Let's give it a shot. Influence success. Alright. Just sit still, this won't take long. And apparently he's talking to us. Whoops, messed up. Must have left my hydro spanner in there. The stutter is new. Did I do that? Maybe the job's a little tougher than I thought. We're gonna go with that. Dee. Alright, we'll try again later. When my skills have improved. And let's pull up the map, get a better idea where we're at. So we're here, that's the command? Is that the cockpit? Okay, that's where Anton is. I think over here is where Kira was. Communications. Well, let's just wander around for a minute. I'm kind of bad with directions on a ship. That way was a cockpit, and there's a little side room here I haven't checked out. So let's come in here. Alright, is there anything that I can click on to investigate? Security system, let's see what that's all about. Ebon Hawk security systems. Looks like it's just all the cameras. Cargo hold, cockpit, communications, engine room, exit ramp, garage, main hold, medical bay, port dormitory, starboard dormitory, storage compartment, and log out. So that's how we can creepily spy on people when they don't know we're looking at them. Except Kara, or whatever her name is, probably would be able to figure it out. She's kind of got some force powers and reads minds and stuff. So we're going to come check out over here. Oh wait, we already did. We're going to talk to her in a minute, but I want to finish exploring the ship. Okay, so I can get a better idea what's going on here. Now this hall takes us here, which has nothing, so we're gonna back out here. And this was the engine room. I had to repair the engines earlier, and that looks all good. I think I need to continue this way. Oh, we got a workbench. Alright, so there we are. Let's see what we can do with the workbench here. You can create or break down items. So here's all the things we can create. I already have 2 vibra swords, and I think those are better than long swords, so we're going to go ahead and keep that. Let's see what we have to break down. Sonic detonators. I don't really need those, so let's go ahead and break those down. I think, is that an upgrade or is that an actual suit? That's an actual suit. We'll hold on to that for a little while. Survey gear, neural band, breath mask. Hold on to those. Bunch of energy shields, but those come in handy. Safety harness, 24 repair kits. Haven't had to use that much because I haven't taken any droids out really, but I'm sure we'll get into those because I use the health packs like nobody's business. And some upgrading stuff. Alright, we won't break anything else down. We're good there. And that just takes us back to the main room? Yes. And that takes us back to the engines. Okay. I'm getting kind of an idea of how this ship works, I think. Let's come back over here. Alright, just dormitory. That's the exit ramp. That's how we get off the ship. Well, let me off. You may not leave the Ebon Hawk while in transit. Yeah, we're in warp speed right now, so that'd be a little bit of an exciting jaunt, I think. And I think that's the ship. I think I got it figured out now. When you first start the game, it's really disorienting and it takes a minute to kind of get your bearings, get things figured out. But I think I got it now. So let's go talk to Kara and see what she has to say about her hand being cut off.
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
Alright, so we got a few choices here. And when she lost her hand, my character freaked out like her own hand had gotten cut off for a little bit and was in a lot of pain. So we have when your hand was lost, I felt it too. Your hand, is there anything I can do? If you refer to your hand, the choice was yours. So that's probably the dark side choice you can do. And I'm kind of making this character a light side choice. I do make a couple of dark side choices every once in a while if I'm annoyed with whoever I'm talking to. And sometimes I get annoyed with Kara here because everything's just too black and white with her. But anyway, we're going to go with when you lost your hand, I felt it too, because I'm curious about that.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
If I could, I would have protected you. I'm sorry for your loss. Then consider the pain a lesson. If I felt the loss of your hand, what would have happened if you had died? Let's go with that. A little self-centered here.
I do not know. I fear that the consequences would have been more extreme.
More extreme. I felt like my hand was dipped in molten carbonite. Like what consequences? Death? Would it have been lethal? Let's go with this middle one here.
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
Why are we connected? That's just strange. When you first start the game, you're in a coma, and what wakes you up is you start hearing this lady's thoughts, Kara's thoughts, and then she can kind of guide you around if she's away from you by sending thoughts to your brain place, and you see some things that she sees, etc. But you still don't know a lot about it, and it's kind of starting to sound like she doesn't really know a lot about it either. What can we do? I don't want my actions to place you at risk. Then we'll work together and try to be careful until we can fix this. This link is a threat to me and an inconvenience. We need to sever it now. But at your age, you could die any moment, especially considered the way you act. That one would be funny, but she would take that very offensively. I will not allow my life to be tied to some half-dead, delusional old woman. Dark points there. Let's see here. Let's go with this one. Then we'll work together and try to be careful until we can
When
fix
battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragus.
How could this bond have happened? Does our connection have any advantages? I've never heard of a link like this before. In holocrons or in Jedi histories? Let's go with that one.
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems the Force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the Force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
Alright, you and Kreia possess the Force Chain special ability. When either of you uses the Force power on yourself, the other gains the benefit as well. Well, that's cool. Have her in your party and have
A
that.
powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
So what do we do now? I need to know more about the Sith hunting us. When we were on Paragus, I could feel the Force again, because she hasn't felt the Force in a long time. Can you tell me what has happened since the Mandalorian Wars? And that's kind of a bonus mission we have right now. Finding out what's happened, because we've just kind of been AWOL. Well, let's ask her about that.
Much has happened in the galaxy in your absence, and since the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor 5.
Tell me about the Mandalorian Wars. What happened after the war? I want to know about Revan and Malak. I think Revan and Malak were Jedi, became Sith, and killed a lot of the Jedi, or turned a lot of the Jedi to Sith. And she used to follow Revan when she was in the Mandalorian Wars herself before she got exiled. Other questions? Let's go with tell me about the Mandalorian Wars.
It is a tale you already know well. Almost a decade ago, the Mandalorians began preying on the Republic, bringing the fires of war to many planets along the Outer Rim. Their predations continued, winning victory after victory, until the Republic finally begged the Jedi Council for aid.
But the Jedi Council didn't help. Only a few of the Jedi Knights did. The Jedi Council agreed, but did not move fast enough, so we had to. But only some Jedi Knights answered the call, like I did. So, I guess maybe we kind of get to develop some of the history here. Let's go. The Jedi Council agreed, but did not move fast enough, so we had to.
Indeed, the Jedi Council counseled caution and patience to assess the Mandalorian threat as the Outer Rim burned.
And Revan and Malak refused to wait. I know this part, what happened after the war. I want to know about Revan and Malak. There are other questions, so let's just keep going.
2 Jedi Knights, Revan and Malak, defied the Jedi Council. They challenged the Mandalorian fierceness and brutality on the battlefield with a viciousness of their own. Revan's entrance into the conflict marked the true beginning and end of the war. It was Revan who drove the Mandalorians back into the unknown regions.
Until we destroyed them at Malachor 5, the Mandalorians fought savagely to the end. Even in the final battle, we almost lost the war. I know this part, what happened afterward, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so until we destroyed them, Malachor 5. Let's just keep going.
Yes, I have heard tales of Malachor 5 and Revan's part in it. I know you served there in that final battle. It must have been a terrible thing.
Many Jedi died at Malachor 5, and the conflict split the Jedi Order. Malachor 5 is in the past. Let it stay there. Forgotten. I asked you what you know, not what I know. Blah, blah, blah. Being rude. So, boom.
You speak the truth. The war's end was merely another beginning, and what seemed a victory for the Republic was far from it. Many believed the Mandalorians defeated at Malachor 5, but the Mandalorians taught the Jedi much through battle. And so it was that Malak, Revan, and the Jedi that followed them discovered their true natures in the Mandalorian crusade. But you know this.
I felt them fall. The word consumed them. But some battles must be fought. It was not Raven's failing, and if I could, I would have followed them. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I felt them fall.
Consumed them? No. Taught them. Defined them? Yes. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
Alright, so that's confused. Well, okay, here we go. So, it looks like the council wanted to join in and help. They were too late. Revan and Malak decided to jump in, and through the war, they grew to hate the Republic, apparently, and became weapons. And that was the Jedi Civil War. Did the Jedi Order try to stop them? Let's go with that.
Revan and Malak, and all the Jedi that served them, turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed still.
Now this is kind of interesting. I don't know my Star Wars lore as good as some of you probably, but I don't remember any other time Jedi are fighting Jedi, because, you know, their philosophy and everything, that's what makes them Jedi, and if they lose that, then they're Sith, so they wouldn't still be Jedi. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But how were Malak and the Sith defeated? Okay, so maybe that's what it is. They turned into Sith. What happened to Malak? The Republic is weak, blah, blah, blah. Let's go with that.
As all Sith do without a strong enemy, the Sith turned on each other. Revan escaped the Jedi and returned to finish Malak, and that was the end of the Jedi Civil War.
But what happened to Revan? Does Revan still live? Did the Jedi capture Revan? Etc., etc. Let's go with that.
No one knows, certainly not I. Korriban lies in ruins, Revan is gone, and the blade of war he promised to stab into the heart of the galaxy has withdrawn. Where Revan wanders now, I do not know.
So Revan saved the Republic. You're saying Revan abandoned the war, Revan turned against Malak for the sake of the Republic. Let's go with that one.
It would seem that way from a certain point of view, perhaps. The Jedi Civil War left wounds that have yet to heal. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive.
Then we must do what we can until it is a chance to recover from the war. The Republic is weak. It didn't deserve to win. Malak and Revan should have crushed the Republic. I guess we'll go with the first one there.
A culture's teachings, and most importantly the nature of its people, achieve definition in conflict. They find themselves or find themselves lacking. Too long did the Republic remain unchallenged. It is a stagnant beast that labors for breath and has for centuries. The Jedi Order was the heart that sustained its sickness. Now the Jedi are lost. We shall see how long the Republic can survive.
Can anything be done to help the Republic? The Republic has avoided its fate too long. Let them burn. Mean. Perhaps it is better that the Republic stands on its own. Yeah, so on this playthrough, I'm thinking I'm going to be nice most of the time, become a Jedi or whatever. If I like it, if I get some likes from you folks, maybe I'll play through a second time and be a Sith, be evil, and if it keeps up, if it's well received, maybe I'll go through a third playthrough and kind of stay the middle ground, because the force powers and stuff you can get are kind of light or dark specific, but there are a lot that are both. And it just kind of depends on where you're at on the spectrum. So we're going to go ahead and choose the light choice here.
We shall see. The Jedi Civil War cost the Republic much. The resources of the Sith seemed limitless. The Republic's was not. Fleets of warships, soldiers, and people were lost. Entire planets were decimated. Their inhabitants dead or refugees. It is a great burden for any civilization to bear. And this new threat... it is a quiet thing. Unlike the Jedi Civil War, it drives at something deeper than the strength of the Republic. It is aimed at you.
This threat is directed against me? What do you mean? Because I'm the last Jedi. Let's go with that, so we kind of seem like we're catching on.
The Republic was never what was important, ever. It was but a shell that surrounds the Jedi, just as the teachings of the Jedi are a shell surrounding the heart of man. You see, the war, the true war, has never been one waged by droids or warships or soldiers. They are but crude matter, obstacles against which we test ourselves. The true war is waged in the hearts of all living things, against our own natures, light or dark. That is what shapes and binds this galaxy, not these creations of man. You are the battleground, and if you fall, the death of the Republic will be such a quiet thing, a whisper, that shall herald the darkness to come.
No pressure, but if you don't do a good job, well, everyone's going to die and the Republic's going to fall. But no pressure. All right, there were other questions I wish to ask you. This is a lot to take in at once. I need time to reflect. Well, let's go on that.
I would see to that fool in the cockpit and remind him of our destination. I would not want him attempting to veer from Telos.
Yeah, she doesn't like Anton. Fool is the name. I'd like you to start using it. And I've kind of been nice to Anton, trying to build up that relationship. And she just wants me to be mean to him. He's not a fool, but he does feel odd to me. Anton isn't so bad. Just, well, maybe he is. I'll crack a skull in the bulkhead if he tries. That might get us some dark points, but I kind of like it. So we're going to go with that.
Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first and his allies next.
Alright, journal entry added. Light side points gained. I guess I didn't get any dark for that one. Because if you get some dark, but you do a lot of light, it'll say light side points gained, dark side points gained, and then it'll say net light or dark, depending on what direction you went. So we'll hit OK here. And looking at the timer, folks, it looks like that is going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see some more so you don't miss anything. And we're going to go ahead and get this episode up for you folks and then keep going with it. And like I said, this is going to be a light playthrough. If you guys hit the like button, like what you see, we'll do a dark playthrough to keep things going, and then maybe kind of the middle of the road. But appreciate you taking some time out of your day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure you're good to everybody, and peace out. Thank you.